For as long as people have looked up at the sky, everybody's wondered what's out there. But in the modern world, that question becomes something else. Does the government know more than they're willing to tell us? TikTok theories, leaked videos, blurry videos, none of that compares to the truth. If the CIA, the NSA, or even the FBI touches something related to UFOs, aliens, or unidentified aerial phenomenon, eventually it gets declassified and placed online where anybody can read it. These aren't hidden servers. They are not dark web secrets. They are real public archives. And today we're breaking down all of them, revealing what they actually contain and separating truth from myth. This is where the CIA really declassifies alien documents. The first and most important source is the CIA official declassified database, the FOIA Electronic Reading Room. FOIA stands for Freedom of Information Act, a law that forces government agencies to release old, non-classified material when requested. Now inside this database you'll find Cold War intelligence files, psychological experiments, surveillance reports, and UFO related documents. One of the most famous collections inside the CIA archive is from the Stargate project. This was a CIA real-life research into psychic abilities and remote viewing. People were literally trained to mentally travel across the world to gather intelligence. Declassified, public, real. But when it comes to aliens specifically, what the CIA has released is a mix of reports of strange aerial sightings, declassified memos about unusual lights, intelligence assessments of unexplained objects. They never call anything alien, but they also never fully explain the incidents either. This proves one thing: the CIA investigated UFOs seriously enough to document them. Whether they understood what these objects were, that part remains unclear. Now, if the CIA website is the official source, the Black Vault is the ultimate unofficial one. Created by researcher John Greenwald, this site is built almost entirely on FOIA requests. He has collected literally millions of pages of government files. But why does this matter? Because when the CIA released their full UFO document collection, they didn't do it in a clean or organized way. It came as one giant, messy dump of scanned PDFs. But the Black Vault organized them, labeled them, made them searchable, and posted them publicly. Inside you'll find CIA UFO files, NSA UFO files, FBI UFO files, Pentagon UAP reports, and interviews with government insiders. This is where researchers, journalists, and even documentary filmmakers go when they need real government documents or unidentified aerial phenomena. The Black Vault is often the first place new declassified files appear, sometimes before the media even knows they exist. So if you want to see what the government actually wrote about UFOs, this is the #1 independent archive on the planet. The NSA, the National Security Agency, is known for surveillance, cyber intelligence, and signals monitoring. So what do they have to do with UFOs? Well, more than you think. The NSA has declassified documents that include reports of unidentified signals, intelligence memos describing unusual sightings, communications about unexplained aerial observation, a heavily analyzed UFO event involving intercepted radio signals. But here's the catch: almost every NSA document is filled with black bars, entire pages that are eradicated, names, details, timestamps, all gone. But even with the censorship, one thing stands out: the NSA took unidentified objects seriously enough to analyze them at a high level. If UFOs were just myths and misunderstandings, the NSA wouldn't have wasted intelligent resources on them. The existence of these documents proves this topic wasn't ignored, it was investigated. The FBI has its own public archive called The Vault, and inside you'll find some of the most famous UFO related files ever released. One of them is the Guy Hoddle memo. This memo is often shared online as proof that the FBI confirmed the alien bodies were found. But the truth? It's a report of a story someone told the FBI. It's not evidence, but it is proof that stories of aliens contact were circulating inside the government all the way back in the 1950s. Other FBI documents include reports tied to Project Blue Book, investigations of strange objects over U.S. airspace, witnesses' accounts submitted to the government, correspondence between agencies about unexplained sightings. Nothing in the FBI vault says aliens are real, but it does say this: the FBI was aware of UFO sightings and treated them seriously enough to archive them permanently. So after exploring the CIA, NSA, FBI, and the Black Vault, what do these documents actually prove? Well, here's the truth. They prove the government documented unexplained aerial phenomenon. Agencies wrote reports, shared memos, and archived material about sightings from pilots, soldiers, and intelligence officers. They proved the government investigated mysterious objects, not as alien spacecrafts, but as potential security threats. But they do not prove aliens exist, alien bodies were recovered, alien technology was captured, Area 51 stores extraterrestrial materials. Nothing in these declassified archive confirmed extraterrestrials, but they do confirm something almost as interesting. The government was just as confused as we are. They didn't ignore UFOs. They studied them, cataloged them, and preserve the evidence. Where does the CIA hide the alien documents? You can tell them they don't hide them. They release them slowly, quietly, and often decades later. You can access them yourself in the CIA FOA reading room, the Black Vault, the NSA Declassified Archive, and the FBI Vault. These are not rumors. These are not leaks. These are not science fiction. These are real public government documents that show a long history of curiosity, confusion, and investigation into things that the world still doesn't fully understand. Whether they point to aliens, advanced technology, or something we haven't imagined yet, that part is up to each of us to decide. Thanks for watching my video. This is my first video on the channel, so please leave a like, comment, subscribe if I did well. I will be diving deeper into many stories and many declassified stuff, so if you're interested in that, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. Remember, the truth isn't hidden, it's declassified.